Hello! Right, so in today's episode, we've got some more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We're at Sameen now, doing the quests with Lord Sameen, and then later on, we're going to be acquiring the sword to get the wedding invitation. So, as always, if you do enjoy the videos, drop us a subscribe, drop a like, and yeah, enjoy, and I shall see you in the next one. So can I equip him with this? Aha! Oh, he's going now. Nice. Right, let's go and do this. Let's go and do the actual mission. Excuse me. Right, here we go.
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Tarkov and headed towards us, they had to pass through Troskovitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskovitz ain't far, but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Even though he's got more coin than me.
Such are the times, sir. But that Yurko, he's going too far.
You know how those Moravians are. It's in his blood.
Aye, I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started on young Henry, soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have to get up early to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me,
Brilliant.
I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
So I've got to fight him, and I'm shite at fighting. Brilliant.
ears to hear what's what.
Go on, Mr. Gnarly.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Ah.
What do you say, son? That's anyway, but take care.
I will, Cut.
I needed that. That's good. You've got some talent, I can tell. You should come to the courtyard, and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come. We've got a nice arena in Samid. It ain't no abandoned pig then.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein, it's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and the tavern in turn. There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing. So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
About who? Since you're not here, how
Right.
could I speak to you?
That's what I like
I
to
know where
hear.
we're going now, at least.
Now run along.
So it should be whether in here. Yeah. It's Agnes.
Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the road to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semin on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now. On account of the wedding, you know?
It seems you have a lot of concerns with that wedding, Master Bailiff.
Of course I do. I'm the father of the bride, after all. Although not everyone sees eye to eye with me. Lord Semin would be happier if I paid all the bills and left all the decisions up to him. Who's invited, what there'll be to eat and drink, entertainment, everything. It's not like I have a burning desire to deal with it, but if I'm going to pay for it...
I understand. But isn't it just that the Groom's family is more concerned about these things?
That's not it. I'll tell you what it is. It's because Lord Semin is a noble and I'm just a commoner. Only I've got coin. While he's trying to keep the wolf from the door in that piddling estate of his.
You ought to calm down, Master Bailiff. That kind of talk can stir things up.
You're right, of course. It just makes me mad, though.
I understand.
Do you know anything about Radovan's hired hands?
Only what I've told you. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind if they never turned up again.
Why's that?
Well, they might look like butter wouldn't melt in their mouths, and Radovan praises them, but I know people. That pair have mischief in their eyes. I can tell.
That'll be all. Thanks.
Well then, young man, how did it go?
They were spotted here, sir. Going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So to Yichin? The bastards! And what about my goods?
Oh, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yichin!
Sir, I can send a message to the Yichin captain of the guard.
Oh, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Won't you be missing preparations for the wedding at home, sir?
I will. Praise Jesus Christ. If I have to between riding to Yichin and listening to Dorothy's endless fussing, I'll take Yichin any time. Besides, there's a nice inn along the way, the Three Cats. We can spend the night there.
I remember that place,
Cheap old
but I'm not
man.
sure, sir, if they'll let the two of us set foot inside the door.
Oh, gnarly, that was 15 summers ago. God knows if the place is even still standing.
So the car, wait,
Still, we'd better keep our eyes peeled.
no, I've seen before.
They
Must
might not
be
have gone to
the same
Yichin.
one.
They could have turned off somewhere. Or something could have happened. They might have been ambushed, maybe.
Will you give over with that? I'll bet my braves they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome.
I need to do that as well. There's Top Cat. I don't actually know where he is.
If that old
See, that's all the way over here. We can go from Semin, I suppose, over there and see him.
dive is still standing. Let's go then.
The skill that you get from that's supposed to be decent, especially at starter games. Right. When anything interesting happens, I shall be back. Right, we're back.
So, St. Anthony, which way now?
While you're praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, Have a look to the left.
All right, sir. But don't forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
So I've got to go long way, basically, yeah? Change to... Change to this.
We're getting close. I can feel it in my bones. You'll have the car back in no time.
I just hope we find the horses too. Yarmilka here ain't the youngest, and I wouldn't want to drag it back home myself.
A nobleman in harness. We ain't ever had such a spectacle in these parts.
You might get to see it soon enough. The lords in this country have all gone to the dogs. Every lowborn with a bit of coin builds a house in Kuttenberg while we live in squalor. Why do you reckon that is, lad?
That's the change in the economical situation, sir. The burghers have more rights, and they make smart use of them. They put their coin to work for them. They've got shops, baths, inns, mills, while the nobles sit waiting until Jack from Backwater Hamlet brings them 3 groschen in taxes on St. Gallus's Day.
You're right there. Only Jack hasn't even got 3 groschen these days. None of this would be happening if we had a king. And I mean a real one, not Wenceslas or Sigismund. Oh, anywhere that's not ruled by a strong hand, all sorts of things go wrong.
Especially when you've got Moravian relatives eating you out of house and home.
Oh, hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar right enough. Where the hell could that cart have vanished to?
Well, that's just it. They had nowhere to turn off.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road. Maybe it fell in a ditch somewhere. Who knows?
Very well, sir.
I'm trying to find a needle in an haystack.
The blacksmith's cart. And someone went to a hell of a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Hey! I found the blacksmith's cart! Come here!
Well, now, here we have it. The blacksmith's cart.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Yeah. Of course, the goods are gone. The partisans hauled it off to the rock. That's clear. Well, we can't let them get away with it. We'll carry on, but on foot. My old Yarmilka would only break a leg there. And keep a sharp lookout. Something stinks here.
I told you, they got ambushed by them bastards that's on the rampage around here, sir.
Oh, be quiet. Still can't be sure of anything.
Thing is, I've got my bow and arrow as well, but I don't know how to equip 2. I don't think I can at the minute.
Ah, Apollonia. I spent a lot of time running around here as a young lad.
Oh, not me. This place always gave me the shivers.
God's truth, I ain't got only good memories of it. One time, got my leg stuck in a crevice a bit further on. Trapped there all night I was, shitting myself with fear. It wasn't till morning the folk from the fortress found me. The whole of Sameen was out looking for me.
See, at least you came here as a kid. Still gives me the creeps here.
Why is that, sir? It's just some rocks, ain't it?
You'd sing a different tune if you'd had
Can
your
you hear
rope
someone?
makers working.
That's not good, is it?
Now she
Gonna be
has
someone who
some
we've got to
tales
fight
about
and haven't
this
got no
place.
bloody
Headless
armour.
horsemen, goblins and white ladies. Every night we'd gather by the hearth. The old woman would sit at her spinning wheel telling stories. I'll tell you, Captain, there isn't much I'm afraid of. But when that blind old crone was croaking her tales of devils and holes to hell, with the fire crackling and the wind whistling outside the windows, and the whirring of the spinning wheel. Oh, you hear that?
I do. There's somebody there, sure enough.
Let's get closer.
For fuck's sake, you was never ordained, Honza.
I was. Stumble did it. In the forest chapel by Vodira.
Like fuck he ordained you. Just 'cause old Stumble poured some pond water on your head in the woods.
What do we do now? I heard more than two voices.
I used to clamber around here as a young lad. The girls from Slatigo used to come make a fire here and jump over it, and so's their underwear wouldn't catch fire. Sometimes they'd take it off.
That's nice, Gnarly, but I don't think it's scantily clad maidens we'll be running into here. So what's that got to do with anything?
Well, there's a nice view into the gorge from up there. We only have to go back a bit, and we can get up there nicely.
Right. Henry, what are you waiting for? This is just the kind of thing we took you along for.
Sure, sir. With a bit of luck, there might be some girls there too.
I could do without girls with voices like that. Now get going.
You really saw that? I'm not kidding. Tell him I'm not having him up. You saw it too.
True. He ain't yanking your fiddle. I saw it with my own two eyes. She had one different than the other.
All right. But that ain't normal. Everyone must be laughing at the wench.
blacksmith's hands.
Why? Some people might like it. I don't know who'd like that. Did they do something?
What? You imagine they do. Light up in the dark.
Leave him be.
So how's it look, Sonny? How many?
I saw 3. And they don't look like Radovan's hands.
And what about my goods?
I didn't see them. It looked more like a patrol. I reckon there might be more of them hereabouts.
Seems we can't avoid a fight.
No,
I hope
not
you're
really.
ready,
I've got bloody
Henry.
armour.
Of course. We'll smash them to smithereens, and in the evening, we'll drink a toast from their skulls. Ha-ha!
Sure. But don't forget you had trouble even fighting me. And that was just playing with sticks. This is life or death.
So, how are we gonna do it? Do you just want to charge them, sir?
What else do you suggest?
Someone could go back up top and try to take one of them down with an arrow before we charge them. There's a good view of the camp from up there.
Good idea. Borrow my
Here we
crossbow.
go.
My shoulder's giving me jip anyway.
All right, sir.
Climb up top, and as soon as you shoot the first time, we'll charge them. And make sure you don't hit one of us.
Right you are, Captain.
Right, so let's get it out first, because this could be terrible, so... See... Which is the better one there, though? I don't... See, I'd say that's probably the better one, isn't it? 330 power, 350 power. But it's in less condition. But that's way more expensive than his. Right, we'll use mine. And then we use my arrows. I can't use arrows with a crossbow, can I?
have a better nickname than Stumble with a three. Hey, it ain't his fault. What's wrong with his leg?
What's wrong with his leg? They can't stay away from the tavern.
You two don't know the truth from an hole in the ground. Stumble was a priest. He showed me only.
You should have fucking stayed
bollocks.
out of it. Nice strike. Show what you're made of, you wreck.
Shit, shit, shit. Kill one of them.
For it, you shit.
Give me another one. Give me another bout. Give me another bout.
Sorry, fucker. I'll hack your ass off.
Oh, did it. He's got any simple hood. No. Take the Grosjean now.
Stop dawdling. What's the hold up, damn it?
Oh,
Hey, Henry, get over here.
Oh, this day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here. And none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands. Am I right, Henry?
Hard to say. I've never actually seen them. But I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready, Henry?
Give me a moment.
Hurry up, lad.
see, like, what do we actually need? Like, see these school cap. Oh no, I don't want to sleep. Medium lockpick. I ain't got any lockpicks anyway, I don't think. So he's got a shield. That's sort of pointless. Don't think we need food. Right, over at 8 again. Oh, cabbages. What's in this? Can we get in this? No. Right, I think we're good to go.
We can get going.
That's just grand. Let's go then. Hold on, lad. Give me back my crossbow. You weren't thinking of keeping it, were you?
Of course. You did a good job.
I should bloody think so.
Alright, Jesus.
Thought we had everything clear, Venser. You tried to fuck with me, so until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. That bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
Make no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
trust anyone in these parts. Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time with the Johnny, sir.
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of them.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me.
What, me?
And if they're still feeling brave,
I've got
you
no
get to try
bloody
out that new
armour.
plaything of yours. Ahem, gentlemen, I'm obliged to you for looking after my goods, but I'll take them back now. Just hand them over, and I'll let you go.
You must be from Samin, sir. Well, of course you can have everything back. Just as long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
Oh, I've got no...
What are you gaping at? At them!
At them!
Oh my god.
Good! Go at it! Get right!
Oh shit. Shit. I need a sword. Yeah. Give me that one. I killed him.
There's more of them.
Kill him.
Slice him up.
Kill him.
That hit home!
Kill him.
Nice strike.
Joking me.
That was something!
Thank God I'm still alive. They got what they deserved, the fuckers. Henry! Hey, Henry! Are you listening?
Quiet.
Come here!
You decide what to do with.
What now?
One of them bastards fled into the rocks. Chase him down and bring him back.
Did you see which way he went?
No, I had other things on my hands. Besides, you're the one who's supposed to keep watch.
I'll go and track him then.
Great. Hurry.
Can't see any law here, but I can see lots of crows that will enjoy feasting at you.
Should we run this way, maybe? He says P, but there's no blue P on the map. So you were in here, rather real, weren't you?
Please, let me go. I just want to go home.
Which way did he go? Ooh. No, that's the one that we just came from, isn't it? Is he a lot? Ugh. Well, let me talk to you then.
I've got you now, Venter. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
Who knows what they'll do to you? You might just get a whipping.
For robbing Semine, that old miser. He'll have me strung up from the nearest tree. I'd be better off jumping off the cliff.
I'll
If
help
I
you.
were in your shoes, I think I'd go for the rope. Falling to your death can be real nasty.
How would you know? Have you tried it? Although, to come up with something that stupid, you must have fallen on your head.
Well, come what may. Anything can happen. Maybe you'll get out of it somehow.
Sure, I'll get out of it. Bollocks. And I don't have to be the one who falls off the cliff. So no, I'm not going with you.
Can't you think of any other way out of this?
Well, you could let me go.
Why would I?
Maybe for coin.
Carry on.
Well, Jules wasn't entirely wrong. We wanted to fuck him over and take the cart to Yichi.
Only it didn't work out.
As you can see, his fellows caught us on the way. We had to pull the cart over and haul the goods up to the rocks. But before Ghouls had a chance to count the loot, we skimmed off a bit. Well, that is, my cousin Franzi did. I had enough work hauling them sacks.
Should we
If you let me go,
betray the two old
well,
boys?
I'll tell you where the loot is.
And what did he take?
I don't really know. But he found something on the cart, nicely wrapped up, so he swiped it. He said it looked valuable.
So you want to bribe me with something, and you don't even know what it is?
But don't worry.
Yeah, it seems a bit
It's
too
something
fishy, doesn't
valuable.
it?
Franzi has a nose for these things.
To hell with that.
Well, come now. Don't be a fool.
I said no. One-on-one, yeah. But it must be clear to you that you're no match for me. Even if the noose is waiting for you, it's still a more pleasant death than getting your head smashed in with a rock. And believe me, I'll do it if there's no other way.
Fuck. All right. I'll come with you. But you'll put a word in for me.
I might. As long as you don't try anything.
Promise me.
I won't promise you anything. Now, come
I
on.
have a lost reputation.
I've got a
for that.
prisoner for you, sir.
Excellent. It all worked out quite well in the end. Gnarly will take care of this scum.
What about Gules?
He caught a few good hits, but he's alive. We'll take him with us. I need to have a strong word with him. You did a good job, youngster. You've got heart. And so you don't say I had you clambering over these rocks for nothing. Here's something for
Here we
you.
go. Bit of
Thank you,
money.
sir.
Don't thank me. You deserved
Nice.
it. And now, let's get that accursed cart back to Semine. Want to ride? We'll go via Troskovitz. We can drop you off there, and you won't have far to Tarkov. You ought to report back to Radovan as soon as possible about what happened with these hands.
That's all right, thanks. I want to take a look around here first.
Suit yourself, but be on the alert. Gules isn't the only one making trouble in these parts, and stop by Semine sometime. Gnarly will take you under his wing and teach you a thing or two.
Look out! I'll be with you.
Greetings.
Hello, Radovan.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semine's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to Semine, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semine, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down. The whole band.
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the carts and the goods.
Indeed. Where else?
The bastards.
And what about my hands?
I'm not sure. Lord Semine took them and Gules to his courtyard. We'll see how he deals with them.
I know what to do with them.
Now, don't worry.
I don't think Lord Semine will let them off lightly.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semine's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truskovitz. What do you think of her?
Well, young Semine is marrying her, isn't he? Why would I have my eye on her?
Don't pretend. A statue of a saint would have his eye on her. Looks ain't everything, though. She's got such a sharp tongue on her. I almost feel sorry for young Semine. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
No, Master Blacksmith. There's no one waiting to drag me to the altar in irons.
Good for you, lad. Have your fun while you can. No need to hurry. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble born. Old Semine wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tales.
What strange goings-on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition, but that's all I know.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a hut somewhere in Apollonia, but you'll have to ask the Truskovitz womenfolk if you want to know more.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Semine's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not?
Bingo.
Come and see Betty from the Truskovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation.
God grant you health. Yeah, greetings.
Right. So he's given me some armour. So you can change, can't you? So I think we'll so I'm presuming you have to put that on that. Yeah, there we go. go half plate legs. Oh, okay, brilliant. We haven't got any bloody protection. So that's if we, yeah, because if we don't want it. Right, that looks alright. Looks better anyway. So, let's have a look at the map. So what we got in here? We got a new quest over there. We need the sleeping potion, so we can get that sleeping potion. Ooh, talk to you, pal.
You know what? I'll buy your sleeping potion recipe after all.
How much have I got? 113. Is that all I've got?
Aye, I could go for that. Listen up then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
Right, so now I've got nothing in terms of money. 23. So if I go, I'll sell that, you know. The warden wants, you don't wear it. Right, so let's get cracking. So, the main story quest at the minute, I believe, is we've got to get the... Where is it? So we've got to forge this sword. Now, the only way to get this sword is through him, the hermit. So, get the hermit sword. So we need that steel to be able to create the sword for the party invitation. So we'll go over here, which I believe is in Apollonia? Is it in Apollonia? Yeah. So we'll go here and I shall come back when I get to Apollonia. Right, I need to talk to people in Troskovitz.
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
Buy dried beef.
I'd like to do some.
All right.
You're
What would you say?
13.
More. Aye.
Right. Who's this?
Greetings.
I'd like to ask,
Go on then.
what do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav,
Here we go.
the herds boy. He comes running into the village that night, all terrified, saying he'd seen a rider from hell in Apollonia. And the very next night, it appeared in the rocks below the road to Tahov. There's this conciliatory stone cross there. And the next day, it was at a funny angle. There's some devilry in it for sure.
And it was the herds boy who saw it by the cross, or someone else?
The apothecary's wife, Gerda. Ask her yourself. She's not been herself ever since.
Never fucking talk to her. She don't like me.
Where can I find the herds boy?
Stanislav has a sheep pen in the meadow beyond the Troskovitz graveyard, right above the big crossroads outside Apollonia.
How do I get to the hermit?
You're asking for trouble, lad. You go through Apollonia, along the path, and from there, you take the path.
I know where he is, at least.
Who's this hermit?
No one knows. He settled in the rocks a few years back, Folk used to go to him for various healing ointments or advice.
And what has he got to do with this apparition?
Well, he was at death's door recently, bedridden, and he's like a different man since then. He sends everyone who mark my words, and the devil sometimes comes here.
Where did these
Hard to say, but they rode in on well-fed horses.
monks on horseback? That's definitely odd.
Well, Bashka the Butcher says they came from the bishop about that diabolical apparition.
A bit longer without food, and I'll.
Such a greedy pig he is. He eats so much food, you have to keep giving him food.
Really start to be grumpy.
Right, so, journal. So, talk to the villagers, investigate the cross. Right, let's talk to fucking Gerda. Even though she never wants to talk to me. Who we have just seen. Not in this one, in the next one.
God be with you.
I don't know whether I look more posh.
Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
There we go. Talk to
Lord
you.
be with you.
I'd like to ask you about something.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away,
Shut up,
please.
Gerda.
Easy now, Gerda. There's nothing to be afraid of. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery together.
Really? You're not going to laugh at me like all the others?
I believe you really did see something.
Never succeeded that before.
But I want to know what it really was.
So, what do you want me to tell you?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think, and then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound, and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was, like the devil, and heading straight to Apollonia.
What's this place?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fella killed himself on account of an unhappy...
And the day after you saw the... Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore. I'll find out what it was all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
If the devil's at large here, someone summoned him and should be punished for it. But you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
When we come back and tell her, do we reckon we're going to have to lie to her? I don't know. I feel like we might have to, just because she thoroughly believes that there's a devil knocking about, isn't she? Right. So I need to speak to Stanislaus, who is here. Investigate the cross, which is here. Okay. Right, that's fine. Let me... So,
say something? That cross hides a secret.
Oh, du hungriges Biest.
Excuse me. Suggest you leave me alone. Talking to me like that. Let's go. Right, when I get to this cross, I shall be back. Right, we're here. I think. Examine the cross.
The conciliatory cross. An old memorial to some unfortunate event. This is where Gerda saw the apparition.
Well, let's just rob another grave.
Fresh soil. Someone was digging here recently. It doesn't look like an apparition, Gerda. He didn't take either the coin or the books. So it wasn't a thief. It must be something else he was after.
Idiots. Right, so let's go on to another outfit. What does it look like this? Let's go and see Stanislas. You see a figure in smoke outside the road. No doubt he stopped here to give his tired legs a rest, so he greets you politely when he sees you. Let's say hello to him. Why not? He's a jester.
Ah, you hungry beast.
Does it?
What was that? Hail, good man. Want to warm up a little?
Greetings, sweet maiden.
Let's talk to him.
How are you faring, girl?
Well, you know how it is. We minstrels are always on the move. Times are lean and folk need a laugh.
You're not wrong. The poorer people get, the more they drink and sin, and laugh while they're at it.
The poor man sins, the noble sins twice, but the monk and priest are the masters of vice.
What's your name, minstrel girl?
They call me Dancer, but I go by many other names.
And can I hear them?
If you come by after a show, maybe I'll let you give me one yourself.
Cheeky.
But now, alas, there's no time to perform. We have to leave here in all haste.
Why the rush?
Our tricks and jests rubbed some respectable old farts up the wrong way at the town hall. Our tomcat entertained the bailiff's wife, in the hay, and he caught them in the act.
I bet he didn't find it funny, did he? And they say there's no place for sin anymore.
Indeed. The bailiff don't take to his pizzle being yanked.
I'm afraid it is time to part, minstrel girl.
Farewell, handsome. Maybe our paths will cross again.
Oh, that are Emery hopes they do. Right, let's go and see. He's over here, isn't he? Let's go and see him. Oh, it's this prick who I looked at, who I tried speaking to earlier, and he just gave me no information. Probably gonna happen again, innit? So, let's have a look. Hello there, shepherd.
I hear you saw some diabolical apparition. Is that true?
Was it the bailiff who sent you? Or old Croper?
No. I want to go to Apollonia to see Ambrose, the hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Why do you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Do you want to roast in hell and choke on sulfur?
But I didn't do anything.
You're not caring well for your immortal soul.
I don't know.
One time I carried a lamb all the way to Uyezd for the parish priest. All right, it was the bailiff what asked me to do it, but the good father gave me communion for it. I'm not afraid for my soul, so...
How was it with the
Leave me...
Look, mate, I'll gladly give you a few groschen, but spit it out now. Here you are.
What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that?
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
But the hermit helps people though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why?
Who knows what's going on in them rocks? Take care for now.
Horse? What's it doing here in the woods? I should take a closer look. A beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herd's boy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse. Someone really did come to see the hermit. But it wasn't the devil.
So can we sell this up now again? Right, okay. So we know where he is. He's over here.
Clear off before I...
God be with you, hermit.
I don't have time for you. Go away.
Folk in the village are saying you've made a miraculous recovery. And since then, you won't let anyone near you. What happened?
Nothing happened. I just can't stand all these people coming here and disturbing me. Can't I have a moment's peace?
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense?
Of course it is.
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there, maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have been some chance thief, because he left a purse full of coin there.
So keep the groschen, lad, and stop pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed Seneschal of the Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any documents.
A few nights ago, A herdsboy saw a black horseman, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here. In the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse. Black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition. Or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this?
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff, but you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose. He died some time ago. I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
Holy shit.
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's door when I found him.
And you had nothing to do with his death?
Of course not. Ambrose was my friend. I'd known him for 20 years. He was a good member of the Order, and an outstanding teacher.
What are you doing in the hermit's hut, then?
In Prague, I got into a serious dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me. That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people round these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
You scared the life out of Gerda from Troskowitz that night. What were you doing there?
Ambrose had a hiding place beneath the cross, where he kept things from his past.
I found some documents there from the Knights of the Cross. But Ambrose clearly wasn't interested in them. So what did he send you to get?
He sensed that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs. And he also longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave, in place of a cross.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave. Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. It's no use to him now.
All right. I'll tell you where his grave is, if you fulfill Ambrose's last wish instead of me. I can't do it.
All right. What am I supposed to do?
Listen carefully, then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her, and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini.
God's sake. Bring the message of forgiveness to the widow. I should just kill him.
Holy Spirit. Good afternoon.
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God. What's the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose? The hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did. But this is supposed to be your absolution.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
All right. I'll help.
Thank you, lad. Thank you. I'll tell you everything. It's a curse. I've never told anyone about it. And it's a good thing you caught me here. At the graveyard.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so far. First, tell me... Are you afraid of the dead?
I'm not going to be fighting zombies in a minute, am I?
the living I'm more afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear. You see, one poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose's brother.
His name was Yun. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
Why doesn't he have a proper grave?
Because suicides can't enter the kingdom of heaven. They have to be buried outside the wall.
It's that bloke who jumped off
like
cliff.
clean. The worst thing about
Someone
it
mentioned
is
it
that
earlier.
Yun didn't kill himself. He didn't deserve such a dishonorable burial, and it's my fault. I said nothing.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Yun loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
And Vashek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarreled. Yun drew his sword first, and Vashek had to defend himself. Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Yun's brother.
Did you see it?
No, but I believed my Vashek. He would never have lied to me. It pained him till the day he died, and he lived in fear of Yun's brother creeping up behind him one day and taking his revenge. In the end, that fear...
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition. That's to commemorate Jan.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And those diabolical apparitions. It's my fault for saying nothing.
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you, didn't he?
Only on the condition that Yun's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest.
But without telling the priest and gravedigger. Isn't that sacrilege?
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake.
All right.
Thank you. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. Please bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the pine tree. Then place Ambrose's cross on his... It was good to see you, my friend. Amen. The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary,
What's that?
and Mary said, Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord.
But you can't why can't I just get over that? Right. Oh, is that the grave digger? Shit. Yeah, fucking easy way. The Doge. Brilliant. That's not weird at all, is it?
Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have on your conscience. But rest in peace. I don't know. Our Father, There are many sinners in this world, but in the end, we all face your judgment for what we should have done, but lacked the courage to do. So forgive me this little sacrilege. You know better than anyone that it was the right thing to do. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, and deliver us from evil. Amen. I'm feeling a bit peckish.
The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary.
Wait, Conrad! It's me, Henry! I don't know what's going on here. I just want to talk with you in peace. They sent me after you, but I'm not your enemy. I can help you. Let's talk.
What do you want?
You wanted to run off and break our agreement.
And what is it you want to hear from me?
Where can I find Ambrose's broken sword?
It's not far. At the edge of the meadow up there are 2 entangled birch trees. There's a grave beneath them, and the sword is on the grave.
Why do they want to kill you?
Why? They want to silence me. I had proof of our Grandmaster's Denyek's treachery. But they are blind. They refuse to believe me.
What about the murders? Did you really kill 2 brothers of the Order?
I had to defend myself. I'd be dead if I hadn't killed them.
That's all I need to know.
There's no time to go into it. Sorry, young man. You got mixed up in a game of high stakes, and there's no way back.
That's the only thing you're wrong.
I guessed you'd show your Bella Resist. Ah, afraid to get your arse kicked, are you? Come on, then. You're no match for us, fucker. Yeah! Don't be buried! True blood, yeah!
We killed him. He seemed like a cock, didn't he? So.
What about our deal?
Ave Maria. Grazia plena.
You owe me something, knight.
You're right. Conrad was one of the best swordsmen of the Order. We wouldn't have stood a chance without you. Here's your silver.
I have some documents of the Order that might be of interest to you. If we can agree on a price.
My God. The Order's Chronicle.
In a hiding place. But that's not important.
It's a good thing you told me about it.
I'm afraid there's no way I can give you that much.
What did Conrad want here?
The local hermit, Ambrose, he was seneschal of our order. But why Conrad was pretending to be his dead friend, maybe he...
Our accounts are settled.
Gloria Pat, you can't be here! Thanks, but your work here is finished. Clear off! That's it. Go now.
Jesus Christ. What's his fucking problem? Should have really got his armour and stuff, shouldn't I? Right, so we have just got the sword. Let's go back. I also, after I'd killed up that, I stole some stuff of him, and the people decided to try and kill me, so I had to kill them. Right, so take the sword to the blacksmith. So let's go back home. Game saved, and let's go talk to the blacksmith. Let's wash first as well, so probably stink. There we go. Here he
What
is.
can I do for you?
So I'm back, Master Blacksmith.
Excellent. How did it go with the hermit?
He's dead.
What? Did you?
No, not me. It just got a bit complicated. Anyway, it turns out old Ambrose really used to be a knight. And this really is Toledo steel. You were right, Blacksmith.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself, deliberately. It wouldn't have just happened in battle.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your, clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad. So I'm sure forging an exceptional sword won't be a problem.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself. I'm just your assistant, after all.
Not at all. I trust you. One day you'll become a master. That is, unless you lose your head first.
The Hermit's Sword. There we go. I'll smith this and I shall be back. Right, we're finished. Took a long, took a while, but we got there in the end.
What do you need? Hurry up.
I've got something for you.
God's nails, you weren't.
I'd say it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damned fine piece of steel. Damned fine.
Thanks. I was glad to help, but now there's something I need from you.
I'll pay you, of course. And if you want to do some smithing, I won't throw you out of my forge either.
No, you know full well what I need. I have to get to Samin's wedding.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
I have my reasons, and you don't need to know them.
God's nails, lad. You're full of mysteries. But whatever, that's your business. I don't mind taking you to the wedding. Nothing to it. We can set off once you're ready.
Right. So I'm going to leave it there for today. We're we've got the wedding invitation now, so we can go there as soon as. Just need to sell some stuff first before I actually go there, because we'll get access to the castle and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and yeah, I shall see you in the next one.